But now I'm here, so you can applaud to me. Okay. That was just a way for me to know that you guys didn't fall asleep after you ate lunch, because that's what usually happens in those conventions. Whenever I see the time and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going straight after lunchtime, I'm in trouble, because everybody's going to be like, falling asleep. So just want to make sure nobody's going to be falling asleep. So for those of you who see me for the first time, you don't need to be a geniuses to know that I'm not from here. My accent kind of gives it away. Yes, I'm originally from Jersey. I'm just kidding. I'm coming from Israel. We actually had another Israeli speaker at the beginning of the day. Michal, is she here? Where's Michal? Michal, come in! Because she promised she's going to be here because I was in her presentation. That's how it works in Israeli terms. You see her presentation, she must come see my presentation. So she's going to pay for not being here right now. Anyway, I'm coming from Israel, and I was born in a very spiritual city, and especially because we're in Brooklyn, I can say the city name, and most people will know it. It's called Safed. If you know Safed, raise your hand. Good. So for those of you who are not Brooklynites or, coming from the Jewish tradition, Safed is where Kabbalah was originated in the 15th century. And for those of you who don't know Kabbalah, I highly recommend to go to www.madonna.com. This is where I started like a spiritual journey. And this is how I ended up, this food can, you're gonna love it. This is how I ended up becoming an influencer and talking on stages all over the world about the power of the mind, the power of the brain, and how to influence people just using the power and the strength that we have within ourselves. I ended up writing this book called 9 Steps to Influence. We have a presentation going on. We can actually see that. So first thing, my name is Ehud Segev, as I was introduced, and this is just a few words about me. I wrote this book, 9 Steps to Influence, because I really wanted to help people, get better, influence other people. I never thought that this book will become a #1 bestseller on Amazon. You know how that happened? Because I had tens of thousands of followers and people who actually came to my shows and presentations and watch it, and not because I use a super URL. And that's why I'm telling it to you. Because I started selling on Amazon in 2012, 10 years ago, and I sold books. This was my first book. I had to really get it out there so people will buy it to turn it into a #1 best-selling book. It was translated to a few languages. Then I came up with this amazing book called Secrets of the Voice. So if I talk in different ways, my intonation, my rhythm, my pitch, it's because I mastered the voice to get you entertained and listening to me. But then I discovered Amazon with a little email I got from a company that was called Amazing Seller Machine, ASM. Remember them? If you remember, raise your hand. I'll see who's really old. And here's my friend. I met her in ASM 3 in Vegas, right? You're right there? Okay, I see some familiar faces. I said to myself, oh my God, I wrote these books. I have this power of the mind, the entire thing. Let me sell things that are going to help people succeed more and be, how am I going to use my influencer abilities and all these followers that I have to create this amazing kit or something? How to use your mind to succeed. I ended up selling a self-tanner. So as you can see, I just followed what they taught us. They said, do not sell what you want to sell what the people want to buy, right? Like completely different. I made so much money. I literally touched a product, it turned into $100,000. I touched it, turned into $100,000. It was the glory days of Amazon where everything you touched became gold. We used super URLs. We used, reviews like crazy. It was just a great time. So this all changed in the last few years, and now I'm feeling 10 years later, this entire world of influencer marketing, which is not just influencer, it's about content, is going to change your lives. In fact, this can is going to change your lives. You'll see in a second why. The entire way you sell on Amazon should change thanks to this little food can that I have right here with me. So in a few more words, just let's see. So I'm the #1 best-selling author of these books. I appeared on numerous TV shows. You can find me on the internet. They call me the Mentalizer. So if you go to mentalizer.com or just tap it on YouTube, you'll find tons of my TV performances and all that stuff. I started selling on Amazon 2012, selling books, ended up having like this a bunch of brands, making a lot of money, and I helped over 500 Amazon sellers increase revenue and conversion, and I am the founder of Logie. We're not going to go too much into it, but I developed a technology with an amazing team that is taking everything that was spoken about today by Tim and by other people about influencers, and I took it to the next level by reverse engineering everything. So we have something really beautiful happening, and maybe I can talk to you about it in a different event. But if a food can, so can you. I came up with this line when I was writing this presentation like a month ago. You like it? It's good, right? If a food can, yeah, well, I'm Israeli. I'm allowed to, lost in translation. But yeah, anyway, guys, if you want, we can move my video from that barcode, because I do want you to do something fun. So let's shift my circle. Oh, there we go. And I want you to scan it, guys. It's going to ask you 3 questions, like your name, email, so we can be in touch. And what do you think is inside this specific can? Be, as unique as, just think outside of the box. I might open it at the end, and whoever is going to get the right answer or the craziest answer is going to get a gift card, a $5 KFC gift card from Team Jordan. That's his joke, so I said I'm going to use it. He's like, that's what he's giving. But no, I'm actually, I'm going to give you a nice Logie pen. I have a nice Logie pen for a startup that costs 76 cents. I think it's better because it comes with an emotional attachment. So please scan it. It's going to be great because I'm going to have like your crazy idea and hear you, and maybe I'll just read some of the results that you say. So if you didn't scan it right now, and I'm going to move to the next slide to tell you why this scan is going to change your life. When I was a kid, there was no such thing as e-commerce. There was commerce without the E. And people used to go to real stores, literally had to go out of their homes and go to a real store. I mean, I know it sounds like weird, but that's what people actually did. People used to go to a store when they needed toilet paper, toothbrush, and they had to talk to real salespeople. And even though they wanted to go and buy these toothbrushes or whatever it was, they still came back home with some special towel that grabs all the dust from your, table or office desk, or with a special ultra galactic watermelon slicer. Why? Why did people get all these other products that were not what they wanted to get? I'll tell you. Because shopping is and always will be a form of entertainment. And this is what I want you all to understand and take from my presentation today. No matter what I'm going to talk to you about today, no matter what you will hear here today, like our nice MC said, that last year we spoke about aggregators, this year we're speaking about content. Why? Because it all comes back to the one most important thing of all. And if we understand this, we will be able to increase our sales tremendously. Now I want to talk to you about this guy, Bud Paxson. In 1977, Bud Paxson, who owned the radio station, faced a problem. One of his customers couldn't afford paying his advertising bill. Instead, he gave Bud 112 units of an avocado green colored can opener. Bud looked at his best host, radio host, and he looked at him and he said, Bob, his name was Bob Sircosta, and he said, Bob, do you think you can sell these avocado green colored can openers live on the air? Bob smiled. And that was the beginning of a revolution that will take a radio station and turn it into a TV channel and a national home shopping network. Why? Because Bud knew that shopping is and always will be entertainment. So what is shopping? What is it? 17 people already fell asleep, like I said, after the lunch. I told Ed, do not put me on the lunch. Guys, remember that. Remember that. Because this is what influencer marketing is all about. Okay? Look at this. We started with television. Selling a product is a 4-step process. You need to come with an offer, any offer. This can. It has a special offer. It's vegan, it's a keto, it's whatever. It has a special offer. It's the price, it's the category, it's who it's facing, right? All these things. This is the offer I have. The second step is finding a channel to promote this product on. In our case, in the 50s, 60s, 70s, we used a TV ad. Then it moved forward and forward to other methods. That's the second thing. You need to find a channel that will connect you to an audience, which is the third pillar, that brings you to the last step, which is actually creating a sale. 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, TV ads, that was the biggest thing. Newspaper ads, but it was just like shooting all over the place, right? You would get masses of people watching your advertisement, but only a very few people actually wanted to buy what you were selling. So it was a mass generic reach, and you were hoping that you will be able to find those few people that will actually end up buying your product. Then came the internet. The entire last 20 years, the internet was amazing because it allowed you to get laser target, to get focused and be able to really find the right people in the right niches, in the right ages, retarget these people and get them, but it was abused by all these marketers that when we go on the website, when we go, I want to ask you a question. Now, cooperate with me, guys. We're going to Google, we're typing in something, we're getting 3, 4 sponsored listings, sponsored ads. Who is actually reading those ads and who is actually going to organic? If you're actually reading those ads, raise your hand. I want to see who's actually reading those ads. 3 people. That is the truth. Our mind ignores ads. When we go on Facebook and we see all these things and all of a sudden we see a video, even if it's like a really cool video, but it said sponsored, we'll keep on sliding. We got abused by marketers overwhelming us with nonsense that we stopped believing in ads. Ads, banners. Forget about banners. That's ridiculous. Nobody's looking at banners. But YouTube, we were just talking about YouTube, right, in the last lecture. Who is watching a YouTube video? You're going to watch a YouTube video. You want to go and find something that you're interested in, and you see this video appearing, and you're not clicking go after this, what is it called, like skip ad. No. Oh my God, this is amazing. I want to watch this ad. Who's actually doing this? Nobody. Nobody is watching YouTube ads. I don't know anyone who's watching, like maybe the 3 people that were actually reading the Google. I want to watch a YouTube video. I type in my search. I get a YouTube video, and if I'm not on the YouTube Premium and I actually have to see the ad, I'm just waiting to see that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, skip ad. I don't know anyone else who's not watching that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like it can say, win $1 million, whatever. You don't read that. You read the 5, 4, 3. Why? Because we have been abused by all these marketers that are just keep on bombarding us with ads, banners, all that stuff. Nonsense. This is where we're going to the third pillar, which is actual content creators. Now, here's an amazing sentence that Seth Godin is saying. Keeps on saying it in his book. I love this book. And he says, people like us do things like this. We are in Brooklyn right now. We will not go outside for McDonald's and get this double Mac with extra cheese. Why? Because people like us do it differently. We eat kosher. We keep Shabbat. But I have Abe right here. And Abe, one of his favorite thing is that bacon first thing in the morning. He loves that bacon with his beer at 6 a.m.
There's nothing bad about it. People like Abe are doing things like people like Abe are doing. People who are buying your products are doing things like people who are buying your products. And understanding this really opens up an entire realization. Content marketing is about to change the way that products are being sold. You know who understands that? Amazon understands that. Why do they understand that? Because they see what's happening in Asia. Amazon started having shoppable posts, right? You can put posts on your brand. Creators can put posts on products. Why? Why? Because Amazon understands that content is the next big thing. All of a sudden, we have shoppable videos on our listing. We used to be able to upload those videos. I was one of 5 companies in the entire world that Amazon allowed me to put videos on product listing like 6 years ago. We were so happy. We made so much money because we were offered all these sellers, hey, come to my TV studio. I will create videos for you. I'll put it on your listing. Nobody else could do that. Now, every influencer, now people can actually upload videos as a review and it can appear in your shoppable videos. Why? Why? Because Amazon understands that content is taking over. And now, Amazon Live. Amazon Live. Live. The Home Shopping Network, QVC. What is going on? Why is Amazon putting millions of dollars into a platform called Amazon Live? When I met with Munira was the first one. She's the founder of Amazon Live inside Amazon. She's the one who actually invited our studio to be the first influencer channel on Amazon Live because they had no content. And she saw all these videos we were making for all these sellers. She said, Ehud, can you do live streaming as well? Can you do it live, not just recorded video? And we're like, yeah, sure, we can do it. Just give me a channel, I'll show you what we can do. And we just put repeat. We were streaming live repeated content that was created. We were literally abusing the system. It was horrible. It got better since. It got really much better. For all those of you who are actually doing Amazon Live and can no longer do loops or show pre-recorded video, that's because of us. We messed it up. So you can come to me and complain. Why? Because Amazon understands that shopping is becoming a social thing, that content is king, because right now, this morning, I got an email from Amazon, and that email from Amazon is that email that they're sending everybody. Let me see if I can actually read just the title of that email. I took a screenshot here. I just want you to hear those first few words here, and it says, Amazon protects its customers with 10,000 employees helping to stop fake reviews. This morning, I got this email with Amazon telling the world, hey, we just hired 10,000 people to try to deal with those fake reviews. Why? Because people stopped reading reviews. Everybody hears about how manipulated all these reviews are. People stop reading reviews. And in fact, if I want to buy a product, and that product costs more than $20, $30, most of the people will now skip Amazon. A few years ago, they would go straight to that search engine, Amazon, to find that best noise cancellation earphones. No, we don't do that anymore. You know why? Because when I go to Amazon and I click noise canceling headphones, I get 1,000 product listing, all look exactly the same main picture, guys. We all just keep on copying everybody else's main picture. It looks the same. The prices are almost the same. The reviews all manipulated, all the same. The listings, exactly the same. I read one bullet from product A, I read one bullet from product B. Did someone just do a copy-paste? Did someone just use a word, how do you call it, scrambling word? It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Why is content marketing so different? Because we no longer go to Amazon because of that. Because I get hundreds of products that look the same. Gosh, spatula. 1,594 products all look the same. What am I going to buy? People like me buy products that people like me are buying. I go to YouTube. I go to Google. I type in best noise cancellation headphones of 2022. Who is doing that? Raise your hand. Who actually wants to? Yeah, raise your hand. I want to see. Do you check to see what other people are recommending? All of us do. This is where the world is going. The world is going to content. And then, when we see on Instagram, on our TikTok, Gracie, Tim Jordan mentioned Gracie, one of the most amazing influencers. She has over 1 million followers. She's one of my partners in Logie, in the company we built. When people are watching her, recommending those really cool products, and then they see another creator that they follow, people like them are doing things like people like them. They saw that other person recommending the same product, they buy the product. They're like, oh my God, Gracie loved it? And also Stephanie? I gotta get that. A third person talking about it? Oh my God, this has to be my product. Even if we were able to target those customers based on their influencers. Think about it. Rather than using all this retargeting that is already out of the world because Apple just kicked us all out with a new version that doesn't allow us to retarget and track their audiences. So all of a sudden, Facebook, I cannot retarget my audiences. I cannot find the people who are doing. This is when influencer marketing becomes so amazing because people believe people like them. And if we can match our product, our audiences with the same people that are providing that value, and it doesn't have to be a magnificent value, it has to be coming from someone like me, someone that has the same passions, someone that has the same beliefs. I'm in Brooklyn. Now when I go and I buy my sesame tahini, I want it to be kosher. I want it to be, I buy things from people like me. And then when I create a new product for my brand, I will no longer go and find the product that has the best BSR. That's completely saturated. It means nothing anymore. Nothing. No. I will be using the same people who are buying things that people like me are buying. And now my niche is coming down. Now I can really find that extra product to my category, to increase my catalog that will be perfect. Why? Because I already have my network of influencers who even helped me create that network of audiences. They can help me. If I find the right influencers who are like me, who can match the people that are actually interested in my product, I'm building this network of audiences and influencers that can help me figure out even better who are those people that are creating content like I do. What is an Amazon influencer and why we no longer need mass media ads like we just mentioned, television, radio ads, Facebook, Google, all that stuff, and all these marketplaces you probably know. I'm not talking about Fiverr and Upwork, that's for sure, but all these other influencers, marketplaces that give you 10 million influencers, and now I call it the filter generation because everybody is looking to find them. You all did it. Who worked with an influencer before? Raise your hand. I want to see. A lot of you. From all of those people, keep your hands in there. I want to see you guys, okay? I want to ask you, did you have to filter down to find your creators? I only want to have people from Instagram that have over 100,000 followers and live in New York and she has to be a girl, right? You know what I mean? Filtering. I call it the filter generation. That's the filter generation. That's what everybody's doing. This is horrible. This is horrible. We are missing so much by saying I only want to have that influencer that has 1 million followers on TikTok. Why? Because there's those influencers that only have just a bunch of followers, but they're exactly the people like you who are going to give you such a high conversion. And why is the world of influencer marketing changing? Because of Amazon Associates. Now, this is really funny. Tim mentioned it before, so I just shouted at him for leaving that slide in his presentation. But I'll show you in a second how it all comes together. It's actually good, so you'll have a way to remember how important this is. Amazon Associates is changing everything. For the first time, and this is really the first time, in the past few months or a year or something, is our ability to really track down Not all those millions of influencers that we don't care about, but those creators that can actually give us results and we can track it. Because the biggest thing we all face, and everybody who worked with influencers know it, is that you literally throw money out and you never know what happened to it. So this creator wants $50 for a post, and this one wants $200 for a video, and this one wants to have an unboxing on YouTube and pay them $500, and you literally have no idea what's going on. You're like, yeah, brand awareness, that's good. But we are mostly small sellers. We need conversions. We need to track the success of our campaigns. And now, Amazon associates are allowing us to do it. Allowing us to do that because every sale that is happening by one of those Amazon creators is trackable. Okay? So now in a second when we'll reverse engineer it, I'll show you how you're matching the exact creators, influencers that have that Amazon influencer associate account that you need. So you no longer need to go to all these websites and pay all this money and go back and forth, and trying to find those influencers and never know what's going to happen. So that's something amazing that hopefully I'll be able to teach you. A few years ago, about 20, 30 years ago, Amazon was a old, lonely, cold place. Do you remember that? That's amazing. That's actually what Amazon looked like when it just started. And I just want to show you how amazing it is. They started adding those pictures and just, it was a little bit more entertaining. And then they added the review system, which was working for a few years. And as I said before, eventually they ended up adding videos or what we just discussed. One of the biggest things for me, by the way, all these things that are happening inside the Amazon social world with influencers and creators, for me it's amazing because it has so many back doors and ways to hack the Amazon algorithm to really match. I can't really reveal a lot of that stuff, yet, but the fact that so much information is now scattered all over the place allows us to reverse engineer and also track what are the audiences that are following specific Amazon influencers in many different ways. And this is how successful it becomes, that they added to your product page a follow button, so now you can have your own followers on your brand page. This is amazing. This is shocking because it's like a year or two, and that's it. We never knew what's going to happen with that. All of a sudden, we can send an email saying, hey, we just had a new release to all our followers. But just think what's going to happen in the future. You can go live on Amazon Live, and every time you'll go live, everybody who's following you will get a little notification saying, hey, brand X just went live. A great way to promote your stuff. And all this is happening for one specific reason and one reason only. And it is because social shopping is huge in Asia. And everybody, including Amazon, Walmart, Target, Macy's, everybody are watching what's happening in China. In fact, in China, 3 years ago, 2019, I think, live streaming alone generated $65 billion in product sales. A year later, it doubled to $125 billion, not million, $125 billion in Taobao, AliExpress, all these companies. They were generating $125 billion. In 2021, last year, they closed almost $300 billion in product sales just from live streaming, just from that specific aspect of influencers. One person, his name is the Lipstick Guy, generated in a few hours in the Singles Day. You all probably heard about the Singles Day, one of the biggest events in China. He sold in a few hours $2 billion worth of products. One influencer guy. That's what takes Amazon 2 days to sell in their entire platform in the USA. 2 days for their entire platform. This one guy sold it in 2 hours. He got all the brands that he was promoting during his live stream sold out for the year, and they said that they made in those few hours more than they made the entire year. So just so you'll see how crazy this is, it's expected to reach $500 billion by the end of this year in China. And this is why Amazon, Walmart, Target, Macy's, all these companies are going into social selling because they all understand that shopping is and always will be a form of entertainment. What is shopping? You're waking up. Let's give it another chance. What is shopping? If that's one thing you'll take from my presentation today, that will make me really excited, because understanding that people do not go shopping because they really need that toothbrush is because they miss that feeling that they used to walk to a store and see someone like them from their neighborhood that told them, oh my God, you got this amazing chef knife? Come with me. I want to show you this amazing way to, make it sharper. Or look at that amazing, piece of wood that you can cut sushi better on. Whatever. That was the entertainment part of it. All your wives and your girlfriends and your daughters, and if you're a wife or a daughter or a girlfriend, you can explain to the person next to you what shopping actually means. You're not going shopping because you need to get toothbrushes, right? And I saw a lot of smiles here, so that kind of reaffirms that. Yeah. So why most sellers are doing it wrong? I'll tell you why. Here's an example. A brand released a new fishing rod. They did a campaign with this YouTuber that has over 1 million followers on YouTube. They ended up paying him $5,000. The engagement was only 3%, and he ended up selling them 50 units of this product. However, when they ran the same campaign with this Minnesota guy that has a lake behind his house, he only has 7,000 followers. Only 7,000 followers on his social media, but they love watching him grabbing this yummy tilapia fish, and they just love what he's doing. And when he was telling them, check out this new fishing rod, he was able to get 69% engagement and sold 100 rods for only $500 cost. So take 10 of these fishermen, for the same amount of money, you'll be able to sell 1,000 fishing rods. Why? Because people like us are buying things from people like us. We follow creators. That's why they stopped calling them influencers. I named this presentation influencer marketing, but this is not about influencers. Influencers is a word that escapes this world because people understand that influencers with million followers and all that stuff doesn't mean anything. Just like on Amazon Live, for an example, they gave a few of them this A-list title and they put them on these big pages, deal of the day, the main page of Amazon. But the people who are not A-list, those creators, and we have all the creators on Amazon, they're called insiders. They're selling more than those A-listers. Why? Why? Because those A-listers that are like, wow, look at them. They have this amazing TikTok account. They have this Gracie. We spoke about Gracie, amazing girl. She's wonderful. She's beautiful. She's so precious. But she tells me, why am I not selling as much as those people who are not an A-list? The reason why is because they put her videos on those big, big pages. Deal of the day, the main page of Amazon. But the people who watch her has no intent of buying. And we as Amazon sellers, we know how powerful this word is, intent. Yeah, I just went to Amazon.com because I want to get my toothbrush. I don't care about this live stream video that I just see that is talking about a nail polish. But Amazon will put me there and I will get tens of thousands of views. That means nothing. Remember that. Influencers is not important. Content creators are. When we think of influencers, I don't want you guys to think again that I want to have the most popular content creator. Okay? Brands need to focus on finding the right audience for their product rather than the most popular content creator, because those who are perfectly aligned with your brand and your story will help you generate so much more sales than any fancy influencer with 1 million followers can. And that's really important to remember. Now how? Let's go over a little trick, very simple. It's actually really interesting to see, but it will really help you. It will really help you. We learned a bunch of things today. I loved from the previous presentation the YouTube trick, and you're going to see how this is actually going to build on top of that. So you'll have like a second trick to get to where you want to get. So here's what we do. You're going to go to your product page, right, to your search results page of your main keyword. And what you're going to do is you're going to look at the category and the subcategory of your product. And now you're going to pick a previous node or two, depending on what category you're in. In our case, it's a kitchen spatula, right? So we're not going to look at spatulas. We're going to go backwards to like either cooking utensils or like the kitchen utensils and gadgets. And we're going to look at those results, the top results. And we're going to pick the best sellers because we want to reverse engineer who was helping them get to where they are today. I'm sure they use a lot of different ways. But if they're a big brand, they have people that are reaching audiences of people like us. And that's what we want. So let's take this one for an example and let's take a look. You see this, the second one is, no, I'm looking at the product. The second product? Yeah, the scale. What's the name of that company? Remember? Yeah? Good. So we're going to grab that. And then that's the hardest part. We have to use a very expensive tool that nobody knows about to find only Amazon influencer who helped get these brands a lot of exposure. So this is really, I'm sorry, I have to put that in there. But because Tim already ruined it for me, I can tell you that the name of the tool is Google. Now here's something really amazing. You learned an amazing tip about how to use YouTube to find the AMZN.2 URL. This is only working on YouTube, mostly on YouTube because people will put that on their description. This is a very like a golden nugget tip that I want you to use, and I will explain why it works. You're going to put that edX City, right? The edX City that I just pulled from the other brand, and you will add in parentheses plus Amazon Associate. Why? Because every person who has an Amazon Associate account must, by terms of service, add a little disclaimer on their website that they are getting compensated by the Amazon Associate program. That's the law. Now, if someone will use the AMZN.2 URL on their website, you will never see it because most people will put it as a hyperlink and Google will not show you hyperlinked text. So you will never know that that hyperlinked best spatula or best weight or scale, you will never know that. But you will know that because no matter what link they use, whether they use the short AMZN.2 link or they use the full Amazon.com/VP/ASIN question mark tag equals their associate ID -20, which is how they use it. No matter how they do it, no matter how they will, put their link in their website, they will have to have, hey, I'm an Amazon Associate person and I'm getting paid for everything you buy on my product, or they will get kicked out of the Amazon Associate program. All of a sudden, you're going to get a list, in our case, of thousands of content creators who are creating content for these brands, whether it's a paid content, whether they do it by themselves. But one thing is for sure, if they created a content, whether it's Pinterest that I see there or whatever it is, and you'll see so many of them, their audiences are people like you. Those are the people that we want to reach to because these people are the one who create content for people like them, and these are the people that are creating content for the #1 best-selling products in your specific category. So you don't want to be specific like only kitchen spatula because that's not interesting. But if you go backwards to kitchen gadgets, that's when you will find all these amazing nuggets. And then you will be able to actually reach out to those creators, and this is the future. This is the future. This was never available before. Just literally the last few years, especially now as Amazon shoppable videos and Amazon shoppable posts and Amazon Live and all these amazing things that those people will do inside the Amazon platform, on-site traffic, off-site traffic as well. They create that content on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, their own blog. But they also do it on-site, which is amazing. That shoppable video that they will create for you, that shoppable post, that Amazon live stream, it will all come together. Why? Why? Because they want to get their commissions. They're getting money for every sale they do, and they can track it. And that's what's so amazing about leaving alone all those marketplaces, directories, indexes. Rest in peace. We don't need them anymore. It means nothing to us. All we care about is trackable content creators. This is where the magic is. Trackable content creators that will get that extra commission plus some kind of an engagement rate that you can give them for generating sales for you. All of a sudden, they want to promote your product. All of a sudden, they want to give you more engagement because we heard before today, they're getting 2%, 3%, 4%. It used to be much higher, but there's a whole new program in Amazon called Amazon Influencers. It's a sub-program under the Amazon Associates. It's called Amazon Influencers. Only vetted creators by an Amazon team are being accepted from the Amazon Associate to that subcategory of Amazon Influencers. I hate that word because it's not true. Those are the actual Amazon creators, but they've been vetted by Amazon. And they are doing so much content on Amazon right now. It's amazing. And it's amazing to see the results. And I work with thousands of these creators, and I have access to their data. So I can tell you, real magic is happening there. And you as brands, I'll tell you in a second, in one of the next slides, are going to get even more out of this process. But this, being able to track every sale that was generated from content created by creators that are facing people that we want to reach, that's where the magic is. And that's when you can really go deeper and deeper. And this guy just generated 56 sales for me this month. Listen, my friend, we need to talk because you can create so much more amazing content just around my brand. Or tell me, what is the other products you're selling? What's that other product that you're selling 42 units a month of? Oh, that might be my next catalog expansion. I don't need to do that BSR nonsense. I don't need to use amazing tools like Jungle Scout and Helium 10, but I don't need it. I don't need it because people like me also love to buy this product. That's amazing. That's amazing. So we're getting the exposure. We're getting a greater reach to a targeted audience, brand awareness, etc. And I promise I'm going to tell you why you're actually getting some free traffic. It's because all these content creators that you just saw the report a second ago, they're facing a big trouble, a big, big problem on Amazon. Amazon, I think, needs to face that problem and fix it. But it's a huge problem, and you're making a lot out of it, unfortunately for the creators. And that problem is the attribution link, that tag ID that those creators are using, that ASGTG-20 that they add to the end of the URL to get that attribution for their account and get that commission, which will end up having you paying them an extra $5 per sale, $2 per sale, even $10 per sale, is going to be taken away from them. So if I just sent out off-site traffic from my blog into your product listing, but the person who arrived to your product listing went down a little bit and saw an Amazon live stream that is happening on that same second on your live stream, he just needs to watch 15 seconds of that live stream, bam, the attribution just passed to the live streamer. But then he keeps on scrolling down the listing, boom, shoppable videos, watches one of these shoppable videos, the attribution just passed to that person who created that shoppable video. Keeps on going down, all of a sudden there's, content, people who bought this also bought that, not this one, but the paid content, the blogs and all those websites that have content. They click one of these contents, that's it. The attribution goes to that creator. This is really bad. I think that Amazon eventually will need to find a way to compensate all the people in the journey. Instead of paying just one of them 6%, 4%, they will have to say, okay, this is an offsite traffic, he gets 1.5%. This one, he watched the video, he needs to get one. But it's not the way it works. The way the Amazon Associate program works is that the last piece of content the user engaged with, he's going to be the one who's getting the commission. He's going to be the one seeing it in the report. you are getting free traffic. So if I'm, as a creator, created a content for you and I generated traffic off-site to your listing, but someone ended up watching someone else's video, I'm doomed. I just lost that sale. You want that sale. You want that sale. Keep that in mind when you work with creators. Keep in mind that for every sale that you actually see in their report, there might be 2 or 3 other sales that you will never see. Be large. Feel good about yourself giving them that extra thing. You know why? Because if you tell them that for every product that they sold for you for $25, they're going to get $5, even $10, it still makes sense for you. Why? Because you have all this free traffic that's invisible for you. You just need to look at your overall sales. Plus, this is a sure sale, right? This is not a PPC that I just paid $1.50 and I had 20 clicks. I just paid $30 and I sold 1 unit. This is an actual sale that has been generated on that account. So, if a food can, so can you. If you didn't scan that barcode and put your name and email and what you think is inside this can, please do that. That will mean a lot to me. Also, we'll be able to stay in touch later. Also, I can see if someone wrote something really cool about it. But that was my presentation. Did you have a good time? Thank you so much. If you have any questions and we have more time, I would love to take them. I don't know if we have some more time. 10 minutes? 10 minutes, yeah. So yeah, right there in the back. Can you stand up? What's in the can? What's in the can? I'm going to check my email and see what things. Yes?
Is there a software today that can streamline reaching out to them and communicating with them and post?
So Yosef is asking if there's a software that is actually streamlining the entire process. There is. It's my software, so I'm not allowed to talk about it because this is not a promotional event. But definitely when you scan that, my friend will put the barcode later, and if you're on my email, I'll be happy to share that with you. We are doing something amazing, and we have all the data.
This is out to the Amazon associate that's vetted by Amazon, and it gives them the product and it lists them.
Everything.
Tracks it. Wow.
It's crazy. No, it's mind-boggling.
You only give it to me.
I can only give it to you, then kill you and give it to someone else, kill them and give it to someone. I'm an Israeli Mossad agent, you know, I'm allowed to do that. But it is quite amazing. It's a cutting edge technology. Yes? Can you stand up? Yeah, so people can see.
Where are consumers seeing Amazon posts? 'Cause I don't see it as
That's a great question. What is your name? Michael is asking where are Amazon consumers seeing shoppable posts, and here's the thing. Shoppable posts are seen on brand pages. When you're posting it as a brand, you will see brand posts sometimes. You will only see influencer posts if it's in specific categories, mostly fashion, jewelry, stuff like that. Amazon did not, even if I create as an Amazon influencer, even if I create a post for a kitchen spatula, this will not appear on the post section of the product posts because it's not an approved category for those posts. So if you're a brand, it will appear in your product listing as a brand. But if you're an influencer and you create content, it's only for specific categories. I'm sure that Amazon will open it up to more of those shoppable posts. Most things that are working right now is the shoppable videos and the live streams on the Amazon platform, and outside is everything else.
I only see like 300 max people watching the live stream at one time.
This is nonsense. It doesn't mean anything. Those numbers that you see literally means nothing. So if you see 300 people watching max, you know that that person is an A-lister. There's 3 levels in the Amazon influencer program. That's rising star, which is anyone who just got accepted to the Amazon influencer level. The second level is an insider, which means you've been accepted to the program. You were streaming for at least 90 minutes, and you got accepted to be moving to the next level. And the third position is an A-list, which you have to have 2,000 followers that you accumulated on your Amazon Amazon storefront page. You have to have 2,000. You have to have very specific content. You have to go through all these things. Means nothing. Guys, this is really important because Amazon Live is a new thing, and I've been the first channel on Amazon Live actually creating content as a content creator. I know everything about Amazon Live in and out. I have this group with 2,000 Amazon creators. I do a Friday Zoom with like the top creators in the market. I know everything about Amazon Live. And here's a big tip for you. If you're going to Amazon Live, take the numbers, throw them outside the window. You don't care about it. If you see 300 views, it means that that's an A-lister. His video is being posted on either the Amazon main page or the Amazon Deals of the Day page. That's where they get those 300 views. What does it mean in sales? Nothing. Literally, it means nothing. The people that you see with 12 views, 17 views, 24 views, that's per minute or every few seconds you see that, those are people with an intent to buy, because that is the real number of people watching that video on the product page itself and related product pages to that product. I teach my creators, I tell them, guys, you're an Amazon influencer, so you're new in this realm. You want to be successful as an Amazon influencer? Choose your niche. They all have a flea market. They promote this kitchen spatula with that scale in a dog's pet something and that super galactic watermelon slicer. Why mess up with the Amazon algorithm? Amazon are very simple in their algorithms. They say, hey, show us what products you're promoting. We're going to try to match as many close products to it so we can show your live stream on those product pages. You're hijacking other people's products. Choose your niche. You put that water slicer, that watermelon slicer, and that dog food with that, kitchen spatula, what is Amazon's algorithm going to do? It's asking itself, where am I going to put that video stream? Wait, let me think about it. Oh my God. Okay, put it on that dog, I don't know. A kitchen, put it on a chef's. No. Choose your niche. When you're working with an influencer, tell them, if you're creating content for me, don't do a flea market. I want to get hijacking my competitors. I want to hijack my competitors. If I sell my kitchen spatula, I want to be appearing on that chef knife and that, that cutting board and all those things that relate to my product. Those are products that are sold together with my product. I want to be on those products. I don't want to be on no pet supply product. Do you understand? Very important. So don't care about those high numbers. It means nothing. Okay? Especially when you work with influencers, you want to support them. You want to give them whatever you want to give them. And let them do the job, but try to help them along the way. Yes?
Hey, you mentioned the filter generation. You don't like the filter.
Yes, I hate it.
Why?
I'll tell you. First thing, because once you put a number of, hey, I only want to have creators that have over 100,000 followers on certain Instagram or social media, once you put that filter, you eliminated your chance to finding the people who are focused on your category. What I just gave you, that tip of finding those laser-focused influencers on Google is so much more powerful for you than guessing. What if I can tell you, what's your name? Talal.
Yeah.
Talal. What if I can tell you that there is no more guessing? All these filters is a game of guess. Let me guess. Let me guess that my creators have 100,000 followers on Instagram. Let me guess that my audiences are in Florida. Let me guess, and you're filtering and filtering and filtering. It's a guessing game. No more guessing. Now you know. When you look in Google and you see that those people promoted those products and you will find them, there's no more guessing. You know. That's the reason why. Yeah.
Yes. What about brands creating their own lines of content? Do you see any?
Do not do that. That's such a great question. Oh my God, what is your name? Leora. Leora is asking, I'm as a brand, I want to create my own live streaming, right? And I tell you, do not waste your time. This is a huge waste of time, a huge waste of energy, and it means nothing. Why? Because when you're creating your own content, you are only allowed to show your own products in that carousel. You are not allowed to show other people's products. It has to be under your brand. You're only being able to show your product on your product listing unless you pay Amazon a boost fee of $200 that they will show your product in advertisement placement, which people has no intention of buying your product, and you just lost all that money. You got those impressions, those 300 impressions that mean nothing, you ended up with nothing. When you work with an influencer, a content creator on Amazon, they can put all your shop together with the most, things that are around your product and put them inside their carousel. Now you're hijacking their products. You're inside your competitors' products. These influencers have their own followers. It's not just your follower. You as a brand, you can have 500 followers on your page right now. That's great. But what if you work with 10 different influencers? Every time you get access to their own people that following them. There's so many reasons why you want to work with an influencer. I saw brands that were doing it, trying to build their own presence on Amazon. They had hired this amazing girl. They put a little office space and they put a nice camera. She did a great job in the first 3 days. But when you want to do content every single day and want to be there on the time, and if you work with companies like Seller Legend that offer you the ability to have a heat map of when the most of your sales are happening, okay? I love Seller Legend. The developers are good friends of mine. I just love them. I don't think that Helium 10 has it. Maybe they do. Or any other software that allows you to see a heat map and seeing when your shoppers are actually buying your products. Damn, boom, you have your own time slots, right? So now you know that between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. you want to have a live stream. Your girl would do that live stream every day. For the first 3 days, it's going to look like that. After 3 days, it's going to look like most of the people here after lunch. Oh, and what was the product I wanted to promote? Oh, I was talking about this product for the past few days. I can't say that again. I just can't stand that product. Oh, it's that pillowcase again. Yeah, if you want to say something in the chat, I might want to be able to help you. Oh, what is? Oh, yeah, pillowcase. Yeah. So anyway, this pillowcase is on sale. Next product. That's what I mean. Every time, try to get a fresh content creator. They'll be excited about your product. They want to talk about it. That's the reason why. Okay? Do not spend your time. There's a lot of reasons why. I was working with tons of brands. I was helping them move to the next level with that waste of time. For now, Amazon will change it. We have time for another couple of questions? One more question. One more question! I should raise the price for the questions because that's like the one last one. You know, Amazon, you raise the price, you lower it so it doesn't lose the algorithm when you go out of stock. Yeah, silly me. Okay. Any last question? I see all the way.
Better to drive traffic to your Amazon listing, or if you have to build a store off Amazon, it's better to have them captured there.
Say that again, and what's your name?
Charles,
Charles.
if you have a built, let's say, Shopify store,
Yep.
better to drive the affiliate traffic to your Shopify store and retain the customer in your own store, or better to give Amazon the traffic, you boost your listing?
Charles is asking if it's better to send traffic to your own store so you can collect all the data about the customer, or better to send the traffic to Amazon. Story of our lives. Most of us will say, oh my God, story of my life. Charles, when you can get the customer, my recommendation, always get the customer. Meaning, if you can get the creators or whoever to send traffic to you, do that. That's a whole different discussion. It's really a different discussion because 50% of e-commerce is happening on Amazon.com. When I'm talking about here about Amazon associate influencers, that's a lot of content that's going to be created on-site on the Amazon platform rather than off-site, okay? It's a whole different beast. Eventually, as much traffic as I can take away from Jeff Bezos and kick him in the... I would do that because we all hate the beast. You know, it's a horrible beast. They take away. If I can have the customer, I will have them. 100%, if you can get the customers to you, do it. Everything that I spoke here about today literally refers to Amazon influencers, and a lot of content will be done on the Amazon on-site traffic with the shoppable videos, unboxing videos, live streams, all that stuff. A lot of outside, but it's very easy to track the sales. If you do that, yeah, you give them a code, you give them a link, they send traffic to you. You can track it with a plugin on Shopify or WooCommerce. There's a lot of plugins that are doing it. It's a different beast. So yes, do that. Let's get that slide one more time, guys. If you want to scan it and add your information, I'm going to get off the stage, but let me see if we have anything interesting here. Just I see some people are saying great things, like, let's see. Beans, someone said that Ed is inside this. Corn, someone said nothing. We have Israeli pickles, corn, nothing, pickles, your book. My book is under it. Air, there's some air, it empty. Refried beans, air can, Jesus! Okay, so that's Obama. Obama, thank you, Obama, said Jesus. Green beans, $5 KFC gift card, peas and carrots, toy snacks, nothing or beans, a t-shirt, pickles, air, food, nothing. It's amazing how it's repeating itself, right? A lot of people are they have like craving for pickles. A person, chicken noodle soup, chickpeas, your breath. Good. Israeli pickles, worms, pineapples, hot peppers, baked beans, anal beads, pickles, corn, I don't know, baby corn, confidence, I love that. Business card, oh, that's brilliant. For my next event, I'll just put business cards, give them away. We're almost done. Sales, olives, an exciting surprise, that's for sure. Beans, air, water, baby corn, beans, olives, nothing. Fried bacon. Oh, they thought about you, Abe. NFT of another can, worms, chickpeas, the answer. But I think, and there's a lot of other things here, but the answer is probably one of the best ones. Did you feel like you got an answer or two today? That's what I wanted to. Did you? Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. My name is Ehud Segev. It was a big pleasure for me to be here with you.